Aaron, you called on Luke Weaver in a high leverage situation there. It seemed like the velocity was there. Maybe the command wasn't quite there. Do you just attribute that to the layoff?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, it gets ahead of Arias there and then kind of loses him, lets him back in, and no, up and away, put a good swing on it to ride it out of there, and comes right back, and I thought was really strong in executing against Cowser. You know, Sanchi outlasts him there a little bit. So, and then O'Hearn jumped him off the bench. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think all that far off. You know, they just took advantage of some pitches.
Rarely do we see Max Fried get in any type of trouble. He did there in that first inning. What were you seeing from him early on? Yeah,
just off with command. You know, hits two guys, kind of struggling a little bit to find his strike zone behind in some counts. You know, almost gets out of the inning there. I thought executed a really good cutter there to bless you, Gary, 2-2, and then went or 3-2, and then it looked like he left the slider, the sweeper out over the plate that got the base hit. But then after that, I thought really settled in and pitched well.
Offense put up 3 runs on the board, but still, I believe, 10 runners left on base, 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Just what were you seeing in those situations in the at-bats?
Look, encouraging. Good at-bats tonight. I mean, on the heels of yesterday, Laureano makes a great throw to cut a runner down at the plate. Really good throw. Number of balls on the screws, even, flying out to the fence and stuff. But I thought really, with exception of a couple guys scuffling a little bit, I thought really quality at bats, really all night, which was good to see throughout. We talk about wanting to have heavy at bats. I felt like that was the case tonight. We just, didn't break through and put a big number on the board.
Brendan.
Did Max talk his way into staying into that, or were you just going to check on him?
A little of both. At that point in the order, they got their lefties over there that they're going to fire. So I just wanted to make sure he was good. Because even that inning, they, kind of rolled the ball through the hole, dumped one out there. So I just kind of wanted to make sure he was okay. Because I liked them at the bottom of the order there and trying to keep their lefties on the bench too. So just wanted to make sure he felt good about it. And I got really good confirmation when he felt like, yeah, I got the bottom of the order here. I feel like I can finish this off, and obviously did a good job with that.
Did you ask him, or was he telling you, like, I'm staying in this game? Not that it's his decision to make, but was he adamant? What I'm asking you.
I don't know. I mean, he was, I know he wanted the ball. He's not an overtly kind of person that would. So, but anyway, I was just more making sure he was okay.
And what did you make of Anthony's night? The hitless streak is kind of.
Yeah, tough night. And now tough few games here. Just got to get on time. It's hitting as hard as it is. It's as simple as that. Sometimes I feel like he's a little late in getting into position, therefore you're not firing at your best, and you're not swinging at the pitches exactly how you want in a strong position. So just got to get himself on time, and then he'll take off.
He's played a lot. Do you think a day would help him?
Yeah, I've probably given him one this weekend, probably Sunday.
Gary,
you mentioned the play at the plate with DJ. What did you see there on the replay?
I thought it was going to stand after the more and more I looked at it. Certainly make a case. His foot got in, and I actually saw it really well. I saw the slide. I was like, ooh, that's a really good slide. I saw his foot kind of get in there. Obviously you need the conclusive stuff. So did his foot stay up above the plate and hover? Obviously we've had some really, really close ones kind of not go our way. I understand this one. A few of the others I don't. But really close play. Great play by Laureano.
Brian.
Judge obviously hits a home run. Has there been a moment where you've looked at it and said, all right, he's clicking back in here?
liked his at bats tonight. Thought he, made a little adjustment with his hands. Talk about with Volpe, like on time. I mean, that's really what it is. Even for Aaron too. Sometimes you just a little late getting to a spot, and get into that really strong position to where you're getting your good swing off where you're through the zone a lot. So it looked to me like he made a little adjustment with his hands, and I thought put a lot of good swings on tonight.
That was today, the adjustment.
I thought I'd noticed his hands being a little bit higher. Nothing I talked to him about, just observing from the side. But I thought he was better at, really finding the timing. That's what it is. A lot of times when guys get a tick off or whatever, it really comes down to getting in position on time.
Meredith.
Aaron, it wound up not making a difference, but just what did you think of the job Goldschmidt did alerting Hill and Hill making the throw to third?
I mean, what a play. What a throw. It's like that was like a 40-yard poster out that he had to put right on the money, and he laid it in there. It was really good play. Obviously, Holiday gets down the line quickly, but just really good awareness by Goldie, and then by Tim really executing a tough play and giving us a chance.
Thank you, Aaron.